Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back for some more Katawa Shoujo. Starting off with Emy's Path. Sorry, I completely forgot to mention who this was, just in case you're not sure, because hey, for all I know, someone could have taken over my channel while I wasn't watching. However, I think that's highly unlikely because I'm always on my computer doing absolutely nothing. Wasting my time away, wasting my precious internet time away on Reddit or YouTube. So, but hey, what else am I going to do with my time? That's what I thought, absolutely nothing. But anyway, I still haven't even said who I am yet. So, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Panda here. There we go. Also, first of all, I'd like to just apologise if you can hear a loud humming in the background, like a. Okay, maybe not that. That's weird. That sounds like I've got a fucking raptor in my room or something. No, I definitely don't have a raptor in my room. I can assure you of that. If I had a raptor in my room, I would actually be showing you it rather than, you know, pretending to sound like a raptor, because that's some awesome shit right there. That's a scientific marvel. If I had a raptor in my room, I would be the only one still. Okay, I've rambled on far too long. Yeah, so we've had one episode of Emy, and I'm keen to get into some more, because I'm definitely going to say that I've definitely already been sucked into Emy's cuteness. Just from that one episode, I can tell this is going to be a good path. Eventually the torrent subsides and I step tentatively out into the hallway, and guess what? I've forgotten to put my timer on again. God damn it. I think I probably spoke for about an hour just then, you know, rambling on some meaningless bullshit before I even started the game, so we'll add an hour onto it. Okay, maybe not an hour, but you know. Only to be met by Emy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball. I don't know how you can flounce like a cannonball. Hey! Hi Hisao, great timing! I have super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs! The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated. I'm surprised I got that word correct the first time. Wow. But it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. Wait, I'm sure I've read this before. Maybe this was in either Hanako or Lily's Path. I can't quite remember. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that removed the lock. Maybe it was in Shizune's. I can't quite remember. It was in one of the parts anyway. I definitely remember reading that. Emy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. She's incredibly short, isn't she? Suddenly, a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. A tall, dark stranger. Oh, so we've got a black friend? Is this the token black guy? Now, there's always got to be a token black guy in, like, the movies or something like that. Not being racist, I'm just saying, there's always a token black guy. You know, right? However, this doesn't look like a black guy, so... Okay, it's a girl, there you go. So, token black girl. I don't know. Eek! Hello. Yipes, you scared me, Ren. Wait, isn't she... Hello. Noticing that Ren is speaking to me, Emy looks curiously at me. You two know each other? I look confusedly at Emy. She's that friend of yours? Ren has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the sky. She loses interest quickly, doesn't she? I didn't know you knew this person, Emy. The awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds until Emy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I invited Hisao for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does this mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch? Neither. I have food for 3. Nice thinking. They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There is nobody else but us here. I guess the roof is not as popular as it is in other schools. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. I peek through the chain-link fence to take a look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby. Oof. That was not the dog at all, that was me. Just making sure you knew that it was indeed me. I do that quite often. Woof. Sometimes it's different, you know. Hey, it's just part of me, you know. It's not a, weird thing or anything. Doesn't everybody do that? Just randomly woof out of nowhere? No, that's just me. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you've never woofed just randomly? You know, just as you casually talking. Woof. Okay. Right. Somehow, when I look towards the town centre, the small town feels strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. Palpably. The words in this goddamn game fuck me up so much. The hectic lifestyle of big metropolises seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depended on it, or get their senses overloaded by the neon lights and traffic jams. Sounds like the town that I live in. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine, looking at my new hometown even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. I have to admit, when I think of Japan, I more or less think of smog and high-rise buildings and all that sort of thing, you know? Overly populated cities and stuff like that. Not places like this. Although I guess just like Hisao thought just then, you know, the whole, there's no abusing metropolises or anything like that. But I guess, nah, hey, I'm basing my opinion off what the media sort of shows you, because I haven't really researched Japan much, I guess, I don't know. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly. I haven't had time to think about how I feel about it. To be honest, I'm getting quite hungry, so maybe you should go over there and eat lunch with Emy, because, like I said, I'm getting hungry, man. Stop thinking. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel warmth touching my back. Oh, I thought it was going to be Emy. The sun shines from a perfectly clear, cerulean sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to, just a few weeks ago. Emy settles on a bench with Ren in tow and produces one big and two small lunch boxes from her bag. Come on, Hisao, what are you waiting for? She is beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. I see myself in the corner of the bench to take as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. Oh, don't be shy, go and cuddle up. Impressive view. You know, Hisao, I think you need to be a little more subtle. I mean, she can see you staring at her tits. There's no need to actually say impressive view whilst you're looking at them. Emy suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of her and hands another lunchbox to me. Here you go, lunch as promised. Okay, there was no conversing of what actually went on back there at impressive view, so I am assuming that he did actually was just talking about his tits. Her tits, sorry. So, you know, as we have concluded, Hisao's a dirty little perv. Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really good. Thanks, I made it myself when I can. Conversation dies off as I set about the busyness of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a fork full of food into her rewind, into her mouth using only her feet. It's an incredible feat, I have to say. No pun intended. No pun intended there. Incredible feat. Just meaning that in general, being able to, you know, I mean that's some incredible flexibility, I have to say. Being able to get your foot up to your mouth every time. Hell, if I did that, first of all, I wouldn't be able to fucking fold my leg up that far anyway to get it up there, and secondly, first time I try and do it, I'd probably get cramp and bloody strain my muscle or something. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. Just wait till you get her in bed. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I am in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? Yes, yes you will. Don't worry, you've already done it with a blind girl, a deaf girl, and a very timid girl with scars. I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? Hey, Hisao, that's very rude. Everyone's normal, right? We just have different, what's the right word? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm fishing for it. Nah, I've lost it. I lost my bait. Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? It's the nicer way of thinking about it. I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emy tearing into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. You seem pretty hungry. Oh, what can she say? She likes to put a lot of big things in her mouth. Ew! Emy looks up. Mouth, healthful? Jesus. Dyslexia, motherfucker. Mouth half full and swallows before nodding. My morning run always works up an appetite, which is great because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure. What would happen if you'd lose it? Would you become a man? I have to say, I love Ren's sense of humour, which is why I'm keeping her till last, because I really think I'm going to enjoy Ren's path. I very nearly choke on my lunch, trying not to laugh. It's a figure of speech. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too? Do you always talk like this? Talk like what? Oh, talk like what? Like what? I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and settle on the obvious question. How'd you two meet? You always struggle on small talk, don't you, Sal? Don't worry, a lot of us have that problem. You're not the only one. I have that problem. Well, actually, I used to have that problem. Let me just say, before I came across Katawa Shoujo, I was really fucking shy. I was an incredibly shy person. Panda opens up 101. First video of many to come. I just rhymed. So it turns out, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. Ren seems content to let Emy answer this question. Or maybe she just doesn't give a fuck. Someone in the housing department thought that we'd complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another. Complement each other? I was thinking the same thing. Like shoes in a suit. Oh, whoops. Like shoes in a suit. Huh? Emy giggles at my confusion. Put us together and we've got all our limbs, get it? Ah. So I started helping Ren get ready in the mornings, and that was that. Ah, so you two sort of, see each other naked every morning. Well, at least she gets to see her naked. I don't know, but no, I'm sure Emy could handle it. She has arms, which are far more helpful than no legs, I guess. I don't know, because, you know, you can sort of put your own clothes on. Whereas if you, I suppose it would be a lot harder to, yeah, I'm just going to be quiet. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. Yeah, that would be kind of awkward, wouldn't it? Just sort of be there, so, how was your sleep? Good, good. Was a hot night last night, wasn't it? Yeah. So, well, you're dressed. I'm gonna go. See ya, bye. I see. Ren chooses this moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. You don't say. Right, that seems fairly obvious. Really? Kind of doubting myself now because you asked me that. This isn't helping, but at least Emy seems to find the whole thing funny. She seems to find everything funny and giggles, which is the cute thing. That combined with the fact that Ren is genuinely curious makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms. What are you talking about? I've just always had them up in my shirt sleeve and, you know, I don't actually have a chest. These are actually my arms here. Yeah, I was tricking you this whole time. I'm actually a man with slightly long and girlish hair and a girlish face and, well, I very much look like a very feminine man, to be honest. Okay. So, putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what? I'm just going to stop talking now. He has the same train of thought as I do. I swear to God, me and him, one and the same. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Oh, so I should put this shovel away? Yeah? You're not going to dig yourself a hole? Okay. Ren nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner. I see. The conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Well, there we go. Alright, we've already found one up on Hanako and Lily and Shizone. Emy's a fantastic cook. Whether it was actually cooked or not is another thing, so maybe it was just a cold lunch. Maybe she just gave us ham sandwiches or something. PB&J. Never had that, by the way. You Americans out there. Never had PB&J. By the way, jelly over there is called jam here. Just, I don't know why I brought that up. Emy finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise. Ah, that was good. You say that after sex as well. As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Rin speaks up. I'm thirsty. Oh, I almost forgot about that, sorry. With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. She tosses me one that appears to be cranberry juice, one to Rin that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with pink colour scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch for herself. I get the manly cranberry juice. So manly. I'm just gonna sit over here by my barbecue and my teals and my my magazines of Hustler and yeah, just gonna sip on my cranberry juice. Yeah. Being all manly. Yeah. With my knives and my guns and Rin dexterously stabs her straw through the top of her box. Whoa. And begins to drink. Oh, sorry, my dirty mind just playing tricks on me again. I'm once again impressed by how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think either Emy or Rin are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Rin especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all, which I like about her. She's cool. Whether or not that's a conscious decision, it's another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So, Hisao, how do you like it up here? Well, it's alright, to be honest, but I definitely say if I wasn't up here with you two, I wouldn't be enjoying it as much. Now that right there is the answer they want, and that's the answer you should give them. So, I'm assuming, by natural selection, that's going to be the answer they're going to give. And I was completely wrong. Hisao, you fucking idiot. That's quite nice, actually. I like high places, for the view. What he's trying to say is Hisao likes to get high. Or likes being high. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch too. Emy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here. No lunch service? I don't know. Oh, you see Hisao cracking out a little funny. He's seeming very comfortable with Emy already. Emy looks... Oh, she didn't take the bait. Well, fuck. That didn't go as planned. Emy looks mock offended. Trying to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve. She giggles. Ah, it did go to plan. Oh well, sorry, I was completely wrong. Well, if, oh god, that goddamn puppy fit, my god. Gets me every time. Well, if that's your answer, I guess Ren and I will just keep eating lunch all alone. I am suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rendering puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emy pouts. Kidding, I was kidding, jeez. Man, I can tell in this relationship, Hisao, my boy, you are going to be pussy whipped. I'd love to eat lunch up here again. Without you two. Good location, and the company's alright, I guess. Not the best, but it'll do. Emy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I guess this makes us girlfriend and boyfriend now. Or just friends. Or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs. It's quite the bell. Ren, you didn't finish your lunch again. I wasn't that hungry. If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away. She doesn't look that thin. She looks pretty in shape, although you can't really tell because she's wearing a guy's shirt, so it's kind of... Ren shrugs as if this is an acceptable risk. Come on, we'd better get going. The three of us head down the stairs together. The afternoon class passes. Once again, I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to return a couple of books I'd finished reading. I highly doubt Emy's going to be here. However, we will find our first true love, so hey, you know, it's not all bad. Walking inside, I see that there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday. All the more evident from the almost total silence enveloping the room. Well, that's how a library should be anyway, so you can't take the complete silence of a library as a measure of how many people are in there. Hisao, you're wrong. My god, but Yuko's definitely here. As I drop the books I'd borrowed into the return slot in the counter, Yuko suddenly pops up from behind her, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the trolley next to her. Ah, sorry Yuko, didn't mean to startle you. No, that's fine. It happens a lot. I'm used to it by now. Can I help you? It's okay, I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. As she vanishes into thin air, I suppose I'll grab another book or two while I'm here. There's not much else to do, and after reading so much during my stay in the hospital, it's become a hard habit to break. It's not a bad habit. You will increase your vocabulary doing that. I wander down to the fiction section towards the back of the library, scanning the bookshelves for anything that catches my eye. As I do, I look over to the corner where Hanako had been the last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come of it. Now, if in the next few paragraphs here we come across a wooden roller coaster book or something of that nature, then I have definitely read this before in Hanako's path. I'm not making shit up. Oh, look at her. Surprisingly though, she's there, absorbed completely in a fairly thick book. I decide against intruding on her like last time, and I get back to finding reading material. Aww, the fuck? The fuck? Man. I thought, hey, since we're not going to go see Emy, we might as well talk to Hanako, but nope. Drug tester. Sorry, I have to shake my water bottle every now and again because the bits of, I don't know, this would have been probably from primary school, so about 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. Good stuff. I've actually still got some books that I was supposed to return about 10, 12 years ago and never did. It's good because libraries don't really get angry with you. It's not like they're going to give you a call and say, hey, if you don't return this book within the hour, I'll bring a team of 5 rough black men with AK-47s to come and shoot down your entire family. I don't know where I got that either. Maybe we'll just use big rough repo men to come and rip. Oh, I don't know. No. Failed. Feeling utterly drained, like a good fat, I head to my room to read the books I borrowed. There's been enough action and excitement for one day already. Oh, you really call that action and excitement? Your life is pretty dull, isn't it? The first is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Wow. I know the story, of course, but I've never actually read the original book. Sounds like a kid book. It is a kid book. It's just as trippy as I remember the story to be, with the wacky characters and nonsense. Try playing Alice Madness. It's a creepy as hell game. I start thinking of myself as some kind of an Alice 2, helplessly tumbling down the rabbit hole into the scribble wonderland. Wow, that's... yeah. Okay, that's a rather strong expression. Still, the isolated location and the overt way the school accommodates to absolutely everything is unsettling. It is like another world. I wonder why I can't shake the feeling of being an outsider like Alice, despite most everyone being so hospitable and friendly with me. Turning another page, my mind starts drifting further away from the book. It's quiet. I can hear my heartbeat thumping against the fabric of my shoe.